Part 3C, The Effects of the Myth on the Targets. Proud to be robbed. One of the more bizarre results of the belief in authority is that it causes the victims of government aggression to feel obligated to be victimized and causes them to feel bad if they avoid being victimized. A prime example is the citizen who proclaims that he is proud to pay his taxes. Even if one believes that some of what he surrenders is used to fund useful things, roads, helping the poor, etc., to be proud of having been threatened and coerced into funding such things is still strange. Pride in being a law-abiding taxpayer is not the result of having helped people, which the person could have done far more effectively on a voluntary basis. The pride comes from having faithfully obeyed the commands of a perceived authority. By analogy, a man may feel good about having freely given to someone in need, but he would not take pride in getting robbed by a poor man. Probably the only situation in which anyone brags about having been forced to do something occurs in the context of one who believes he is obligated to obey a perceived authority. Having been trained to view obedience as a virtue, people want to feel good about surrendering what they earn to government. And so, with the help of political propaganda, they hallucinate that their contributions are actually helping society as a whole. They speak as if paying taxes means giving back to society or investing in the country. Such rhetoric, as common as it is logically nonsensical, since it implies that every one of the individuals who make up society and the country somehow each owes a debt to the group as a whole, but is owed nothing. What people are actually doing when they pay taxes is giving money not to society or the country, but to the politicians who make up the ruling class to spend however they please. The implication, as odd as it is that the people can benefit a whole by every one of the people being robbed individually. The idea that the common good is better served by politicians spending everyone else's money than it would be served by each person spending his own money is strange, to say the least. Recently, the lie of taxes serving the common good has become more and more transparent as governments have spent astronomical amounts of money on things which obviously serve the elite at the expense of society and humanity. This would include perpetual warmongering, direct multi-billion-dollar redistribution schemes benefiting the richest people in the world, bailouts and government takeovers of various segments of the economy, example the healthcare industry, among other things. In fact, there is almost nothing average people could financially support that would be less helpful to society and humanity in general than paying taxes. Whenever a good person views whatever things a person views as worthwhile, schools, roads, defense, helping the poor, etc., he just as easily, without going through politicians and government, could do so. Yet, many people specifically express pride for having surrendered the fruits of their labor to their masters having paid taxes. Consider how someone would be viewed who proudly proclaimed, "I lied on my tax return, avoided giving $3,000 to the government, and gave the $3,000 to a really good charity instead." Many people would still condemn such a person for his criminal disloyalty to the masters, even if the person's actions better served humanity than paying taxes would have. This is because the pride expressed by many people does not come from helping humanity, but from obeying authority. There is little or no chance that anyone would voluntarily contribute his own wealth to every one of the programs and schemes now funded via government. And if he hands over money only because some law or other authority compelled him to, and expressed pride in having done so, he is in essence boasting about having been forcibly dominated precisely the way a thoroughly indoctrinated slave might take pride in serving his master well. There's a big difference between feeling good about having voluntarily supported some worthy cause and taking pride in being subjugated. Instead of being offended at the insult and injustice of being coercively controlled and exploited, in fact, instead of even recognizing that as injustice, many victims of government oppression feel profound loyalty to their controllers.